Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Master League team that I wanted to do no legendary Pokemon. I also didn't want to do Dragonite Double Steel because that's just, I've done it earlier in the season. It's the easiest non-legendary team to use. So I started with like Excadrill. I'm like, okay, let's keep the same sort of concept. Except I put Mamoswine in because I think Mamoswine is a pretty well-rounded Pokemon. And then Garchomp on the lead because I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing Zacian everywhere. I'd rather have a Mudshot Earth Power Garchomp that can actually hit it for something as opposed to just having like a Dragonite which just gets lit up. So this team has lots of problems. Obviously, like you're still weak to fighting and water in the back, and then you don't have that immediate answer in the front like a Dragonite is. So that causes you problems if you see a Kyogre anywhere, basically. And Garchomp probably was the most disappointing out of all these Pokemon. So I'm gonna go over the battles. Go over some strengths and weaknesses and just go over like which Pokemon I would focus on. So here is one where it's like, okay, this is okay because again, this is the pro of Garchomp. Mudshot's neutral, obviously, it's just kind of fast charging. Earth Power is not an amazing move. I felt like Earth Power did about like 55-60% to each of these, right? So it was pretty decent in that perspective. Your ability to sort of just like grab shields here. So I'll either grab a shield here or keep switch advantage. It's not that switch matters too much because the back Pokemon are pretty similar. Giratina comes in. So I'm just going to stand here because I have an Outrage, right? This is where Garchomp is good for sort of dual purpose, right? Because you can hit on the steels, you can hit on the dragons. I think that should have taken me out. Maybe they just undercharged that a bit. But this is where Mamoswine is a beast because there's so many dragons in this. Plus you have the high horsepower for all the steels too, right? So nice coverage there. You can live a Shadow Ball. You're decently tanky. You're also weak to fire in the back, right? Because you have steel, have one is steel and one is ice. So that is not amazing. I will end up shielding up because I think I can get to a move and that will hit for double super effective because it is a flying and a fire. So we'll get this off. I still don't know if it takes out. What I found about Excadrill, so this is my first time like really playing level 50 in a lot of these. I am going to win CMP here, which is great because Mamoswine is a beast. And I either am able to farm down or get to another move and take this out. Yeah, I'm going to get to another. I forgot how much energy that health had. But Mamoswine is just, I'll go over Mamoswine in a second. So Garchomp, decent. Mudshot, Earth Power, Outrage obviously has coverage. But you're going to see in like a Dialga matchup later on, I get one Earth Power on that they shield, and then they farm me all the way down with Dragon Breath. So it's not as bulky. And that's what I found with all three of these Pokemon. Mamoswine, I don't know if it's true or not, but Mamoswine felt like the most bulky of the Pokemon. Like Garchomp maybe more bulkier, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like Mamoswine was a beast that hit hard and could tank a lot. Excadrill was nice for coverage, but you're going to see in a couple of the matchups with like Giratina Origin, it took 3 draw runs to take out because 2 was not enough. And it just gets like one shot by so many things. Even resisted moves just one shot it. It's so glassy. So Excadrill is pretty glassy out of these three. I think Garchomp, just like that Dialga matchup, just like pissed me off because I'm like, you're doing super effective with the Mudshots, Earth Power, and you still just get farmed down. I mean, Dragon Breath is super effective, but it's just kind of like, ugh, come on. So here I'm just like double shielding and just gonna farm down to come out loaded with energy, thinking like loaded with energy, that's a pretty good situation. Hit this Mamoswine with an Outrage. Does not quite take out. Come in here, try and get, and then, yeah, this is it, right? You're fast on the charge, Mudshot drill run, but this does like not even 40%. Yeah, so you need 3 drill runs, and I don't even know if I can live a Shadow Ball from this range. Quite honestly, it's just so okay. So you can, but it's just like so glassy. I'm just now farm down range. This is not going to take it out, and they're going to farm down and come out with energy. And unfortunately, the question a lot of people has, can you play this league without legendary Pokemon? And I think the answer is yes, but I think it is very, very, very difficult. And people who say you can and it's fine are lying to you, because it's not. Like, look at just the overpowering damage. Like my guard, these are all level 50. They're basically 2 hundos, 150, 40, 50 extra, all level 50. And it's just like, can't even get to the second Earth Power before just getting full farm down. Giratina comes in as a safe swap, so I got my Mamoswine on it, which is fine, but like this thing just, like, if you played it in Ultra League, it's the same in Master League, just so spammy, so bulky. So having played this and having played with the team with Dragonite and Metagross and Lugia on that went up Sunday, I think that if you want to play Master League and you do not have legendary Pokemon, I would only focus on, and I don't even have one of them, I'd focus on 4 Pokemon to use. Mamoswine is a beast. And I used Mamoswine in level 40 before I had like Dialga and everything, and it was just always a beast, and it's still a beast now. Such insane coverage. Avalanche hits so hard. High horsepower hits hard on these steals and everything. So Mamoswine is one that I would build up. I would not build a Garchomp. I would not build up Excadrill either. Excadrill's okay. Like, it has play. It's just like with the meta, it's just like Zacian close combat, you're just gonna get outpaced and it one shots. And it takes like 3 draw runs to take out Giratina. It still takes like 2 or 3 rock slides to take out the flyer. So it's just like, it just didn't hit hard enough for as bulky as these legendary Pokemon are and all these other Pokemon are. So I would not build an extra. I would not build a Garchomp because Garchomp just was not good. What I would build is Mamoswine. I would build Dragonite, even though Zacian is an issue. Outside of Zacian, Dragonite has a ton of play in the Master League. I would build Metagross, because I think Metagross has a ton of play, right, against Zacian, plus even just in neutral, it's half steel, right? So even against like Lugia and stuff like that, it's got good matchups there. If you go against a Mewtwo and it doesn't have Shadow Ball, you got a good matchup there. So Metagross is one, Dragonite, Mamoswine, and I have not built it yet, but if I did build a Florges, I think is going to be extremely strong in this, because again, outside of the fires, you're pretty much going to hit outside of the fires and like steals, which like pure steals, like just extra, not pure. When I say pure, I just don't mean Dialga, which is also a half dragon. So Metagross, Excadrill, and Ho-Oh, like Florges is going to have like good to great matchups all across the board. So if I could build a team of 3 or 4, I should say, it'd be Mamoswine, Florges, Dragonite, and Metagross. And those would be the 4 that I focus on. So what you're not seeing here is I also tried Ursaluna and I tried Gyarados on a team together. And again, both severely disappointed. Gyarados, very similar to Garchomp, just gets outbulked by a lot of these Pokemon. The Aqua Tail and Crunch don't really threaten anything. At least with the Outrage, you can at least threaten shielding. Not many Pokemon need to worry about Aqua Tail and Crunch, so I just find it limited in that capacity. Gyarados, and Ursaluna tackles a terrible fast move. Maybe if it got like Shadow Claw or something, it would be way better. Tackle, not a good move. Takes a super long time to get a high horsepower. The Thunder Punch was not interesting. It was actually interesting because I went against maybe a Ho-Oh, and it like the Thunder Punch did like 50%. So it has okay coverage, right? High horsepower and Thunder Punch for the flyers. Just like tackle is just so limiting with that Pokemon. That's why it's bad. And the typing is actually quite bad too. The normal typing, the only good thing is like if you get a Giratina on it. But otherwise, you now open yourself to the close combat from Zacian, and the ground typing is obviously just very limiting for ice and water now that you had like Mamoswine and Kyogre and stuff like that. And so kind of limited typing wise, and just not overall, just the fast move is not good. So that is my recommendation. I did do a top. I'm pretty sure I did a top 10 list of Pokemon to use. Couldn't even get a move off. Come on. And it's probably the same situation here. I'm just gonna get farmed down before I get to the second move. I did a list of Pokemon that you should. Oh, they catch on a Lugia, so nice catch. Of the Pokemon that you should build for Master League, and I think I just listed like the top 10 to 15. But I did list like Exeggucute and Garchomp, stuff like that. And it also depends what range you're in, right? Like, even though I lost some ELO in these rankings, I'm still at like 3,000 ELO, just like maybe slightly below now. So like I'm at legend rank. I'm at legend rank with people all around 3,000 who are all using like level 50 plus legendary Pokemon. So and they're obviously good battlers. So it's not like you can't build the next drill, you can't build a Garchomp. I just think that based on what I've played and how feeling it out, they're just not as strong as they could be in this meta. So I will have one more Element Cup team that I'm working with right now. And then, yeah, one more Element Cup team that I'm working with right now. And then that could be Monday or Tuesday. I'll see if I have like a potential third that can go up one afternoon. I may try and do like I don't know if I'm going to have time for that. Maybe I can do it Monday sometime and then showcase that on Tuesday. Because I want to test that just like filming a set while doing it live sort of thing. So maybe I'll put that up like Tuesday afternoon, just to see if you guys like the format and like what you would like and don't like about it before league turnover on Wednesday. And league turnover on Wednesday, so the blog has been updated multiple times. The last week is very, very, very bad because it is Open Master League again, so that sucks. And it's a Catch Cup. And it's a Catch Cup Rising Heroes edition. So the wording at the time was, right now the blog says only Pokemon that have been caught during this Catch Cup are eligible. So I think they changed it a bit, which makes it actually much, much, much worse. Because I think before it said something to the extent of only Pokemon caught during this like Rising Heroes season are eligible, which that would have been like the 3-month season, which makes sense because it's a GBL season. That would give you a lot more flexibility. Only Pokemon that are caught during this Catch Cup are eligible. That wording suggests to me that it is basically when the league turnover Pokemon you catch from that point on you can use. Which is like, who's going to build like a 1500 CP Pokemon? Unless you get like a rank 1 to 10 meta Pokemon, who's going to like catch a Pokemon and like build it up only for this league? You wouldn't, right? You would do it if you could use it moving forward, which is probably a very, very small amount. So hopefully it's just Niantic. It's their way of just not being good at communication, because we know that. And hopefully it is over the 3 months, because that gives people a lot more flexibility. If it's just like when the league turns over and it's just like day one, what are you going to do? I'm going to just play Master League with random Pokemon and just bring you guys whatever for the last week until we find out what the next season entails. But that is basically it. So that is the team. Like I said, limitations. Prioritize Mamoswine because I think it's quite strong. It's always been strong since season 1. I used it constantly, and it was my like Dialga counter, because you could just back in level 4. I don't know if it's the same for level 50, but level 40 just going straight Powder Snow Avalanche 3 times and shielding up and a couple of those iron heads. You are good. So that is it. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate the thumbs up and comments. And that is, yeah, that's it. I'm trying to think of anything else that I have to say. We got a week and a half left. It's so funny of this channel. It's funny to see the game. A lot of people commented on the video about like Niantic's response about moving forward. And again, we're at the point where it's just like they got this vision of their game in mind. So you play it or you don't. And some people are like, I'm not playing it. Some people are saying, okay, I'll just adjust. So I'm interested to see what is going to happen over the next little bit. But my channel, thank you all for subscribing and continuing to view, because my last 3 months of this channel have been my best 3-month period ever. So despite the game going through a huge rough patch, this channel is actually doing not too bad. So I'm quite happy about that. So I'll just have to keep that going. And that's why I'm trying to do new things, right? That's why I'm going to try and do this new like streaming, give you guys my thoughts during a battle. I think that's a good like sort of new thing for the channel, and gives you like my mindset on like reading teams and thought process during a battle. And yeah, that is basically it. So that's enough rambling, and we'll see you guys in the next one.